My name is Jada.
Kai.
Liz.
And I'm Camille. Friends. How many of us have that?
Yes! Yeah.
That was good. I mean, so it's gotta be a, what is it?
Hot Tita Summer.
Peace and love, party people. You got Jada.
Liz.
I'm Kai.
And I'm Camille.
And we are calling all boss babais and creative kabayan.
To talk about redefining what it means to be Tita.
It's a Halloween treat time.
And my favorite part of this week is spending it with all of you.
Oh.
One might say it's the best part of the week.
Oh.
Hint at her costume.
Hinting.
Got it.
Who am I? You know I can't sing, so I'm not going to do
I was
that.
going to say, can we focus on you?
Oh, okay.
I mean, you had to.
Thank goodness we have a comedian on the show today.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Are we going into, before we start though, actually, should we do Filipino the word of the day?
Definitely.
After?
Oh, yeah.
We'll do it after or now?
I think we should
now.
do it now
Yeah.
because I don't think we're going to
Introduce
have a break.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a
Yeah, I
break.
don't want to interrupt.
So who's gonna
Certain people out here.
The Filipino word of the day, phrase of the day is naintindihan ko.
Whoa.
Naintindihan
Lots of syllables.
ko.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Naintindihan ko.
Tindihin.
Nain
Nain.
tindihan
Tindihan.
ko.
Ko.
I understand.
Okay.
So we
Hindi naintindihan. Right now, okay?
100%.
Okay, one more time. Nain
Nain.
tindihan
Tindihan.
ko.
Ko.
Okay.
Okay, now say it all together.
Now
Naintindihan ko.
naintindihan ko.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That just like rolled off your
Okay.
tongue so easy.
Right?
Okay, it's giving
Naintindihan
Filipino.
Oh man, happy Halloween, y'all. We have an amazing guest for you today.
Yes,
we
yes.
do.
For our Halloween, our spooky week. All right, so today's special guest. Today we have an all-around powerhouse making moves in comedy, culinary arts, and just making cultural movements worldwide.
Yes.
Scarborough to the world.
Hey.
Yes.
Today's guest is a seasoned stand-up comedian, a celebrated chef, as well as a dynamic podcast host with over 12 years of experience in the comedy world. His talent and charisma has brought him to grace stages and events such as Comedy Store, Hollywood Improv, Yuck Yucks, Just for Laughs, Kevin Hart's LOL Network, Roast Battle Canada, Crave, North by Northeast Festival, Fringe Festival, MTV, Much Music. Also, don't forget about Prison Dancer, which was an original web series turned renowned musical production, and much, much more. Fun fact, he was deemed Brown Mamba on set for Prison Dancer because of the dedication and passion that he brought, akin to Kobe level commitment. Wow. Aside from that, he is a co-host of the popular podcast Extra Gravy, which, may I remind you, has 2.5 million streams.
Come on.
He is a co-founder of Bear Jokes Production. So this guest is an authentic voice for Toronto and all new generations of comedians. Aside from that, in the entertainment world, he is also a leader and mentor in the creative community. He's played a pivotal role in the early years of Manifesto Festival, helped build the Riot Club movement, bridge communities from Toronto to LA. He has produced over 150 comedy events. He's performed in over 2,000 shows. He's shared the stage with some of the biggest names such as Russell Peters, Sean Paul, The Roots, and Machelle Montano.
Come on.
So whether this man is on the stage, in the kitchen, or behind a mic, this guest is bringing the city and the world laughs, connections, and unforgettable moments. Without further ado, let's give it up for Big Norm.
Yay!
Who's eating pandesal?
Hey.
Ano ba?
Hey, man. I'm sorry. I know it's unprofessional to start off the show out the gate with mandasal and bully beef in my mouth. But hey, man, it's a Filipino show, so it's a Filipino
you go.
podcast.
Thanks, Dad.
Filipina, sorry. Filipina
Shout out
podcast.
Kai. Shout out Tito for bringing the pandesal, homemade pandesal.
Yeah. Papa made this.
Merienda.
Papa made that.
Hey, yo, Tito. Let's get into business, man. This is Filipino cocoa bread.
But actually, what did you just make up while we were off
We can't
air?
tell people that
Well,
yet.
well, here's the thing. We was talking about how like, ooh, pandesal is like the Jamaican beef patty of Filipino culture. It's like, nah, that's the empanada.
In messiness.
In messiness. Oh yeah. So
In
like,
messiness.
there are some crumbs, but like, if you're the type to eat a Jamaican beef patty out the bag and then you throw out the bag with crumbs in it, you can't be friends. You better be like, you gotta fold that and just be like, oh, let me get.
So true.
Get all the extra
all the
crummies.
crumbs.
Yep.
That's how you're supposed to do it. But
I absolutely.
But I see what you're saying. Crumb wise, it can be, but I think pandesal is more equivalent to cocoa bread, and empanada is the beef patty. So now what we need to do is have that fusion and do empanada inside a pandesal. Call it a day.
Yes.
Are we ready for that?
You heard it here
Chef
first.
Norm. Chef Norm right
It
now.
sounded like a
Creative
chef. I
mind.
feel like someone's gonna take that
That's
idea real
that-
quick.
That's a mashup made in Scarborough.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes.
No, but secretly, my mother's a baker,
Oh.
which is why I'm always baked. But
Oh gosh.
Ew.
the bread though is on point. The bread is on point. How old is this
Dad?
bread? If you
One
say
day?
like, okay, if it's been like 3-4 days, I'm like, damn, this is
Maybe 2 days.
still tastes fresh.
He vacuum seals it. He seals it.
It's
he
legit.
vacuum sealed it.
Yeah. It was
Super
vacuum.
You need to like, wait,
It looked like a 6-pack.
man, he vacuum sealing bread?
Yeah, he wants it to look like
Sounds
it's
like he
straight out
moving
the bakery. Oh, he got bags.
Don't ask further unless you want to buy
Yeah.
some.
yeah. So
So wait, do you get your cooking skills from your mom, or is that why you got into cooking because she's a baker, or?
shout out to my mother, love her to death. My cooking skills came from me not liking my mother's food.
Oh.
Well, you know,
Interesting.
journeys,
Elaborate,
y'all.
please. Elaborate, please. That is a bold statement.
I love you, Mom. You're the greatest
Tita.
woman
Hi,
in my
Tita.
life. You are the queen of my soul. However, Dad was the better cook.
It be like that sometimes.
And the truth
In some
comes
families,
out.
it be like that.
Ilocano men, man. We're the ones that can cook. Ilocano men are the cooks of the Philippines, man. Like, yeah, fine. Women, you know, y'all in the kitchen here and there doing your thing. Shout outs to all the titas and all the lolas and all the nanais. You know, Lola used to make me the best fried egg. I don't know what it was. I don't know how old the grease she was using, but for some reason, her fried eggs
key.
were better than all the other
crispy?
fried eggs
Yeah,
I've
those
ever had in my
crispy
life.
The
edges.
crispy sides.
Crispy
the crispy
edges.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Still right there.
It was just like it's like my eggs got a lineup because the edges were so crispy.
Oh my God.
This guy.
But
That is the best kind of.
right, it's the best kind of eggs. However, mom, like shout outs to my moms once again. Like she was the best baker. Like she could bake. You know, but that's the thing. Baking and cooking are two different worlds.
Completely.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. One's a science.
That's math and science.
Yeah,
you know what I
sure,
mean? I mean,
100%.
they co-align, they align, but they're two different things. But so I didn't really like my mother's cooking as much. She was the mashup queen. She'd do things. It's just like, Mom, why that don't go?
Can we get a for example?
For example, I remember one time she threw bread in this soup, and she's like, "What? You don't you like French onion soup?" You know, and with the little bread crumbs toasted on top with the cheese. I'm like, yeah, but there's purpose in the bread being in there with the cheese and all that.
Oh my God! I'm
But to
done.
just take like, imagine your mom making like tinola and then just throwing bread inside. You're like, look, it's like a French onion soup.
Now it's
I'm like,
French.
I'm like, nah, mom. Like that's the funny thing.
Yeah.
I know Filipino food is a mashup of different leftovers from our colonizers. Like, because when you
Yeah.
think about, but let's be real. Like, in a weird way, colonization kind of tastes good. You know. What the hell is a like? You ever try? You eat banh mi's, don't you?
You're such a poet.
What? Which one?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
eat.
yeah.
Y'all have
Banh mi.
Vietnamese banh mi's.
Yeah.
What the hell is a French baguette doing in Vietnam?
True.
With pate?
Liver
With
pate.
pate
Yeah,
on it.
Liver pate.
Oh,
Liver
she's not
pate.
wrong.
You
She's
know
not
what? I never
Fair,
took
fair,
that
fair.
in,
I
but
never
that's
thought
a
about
valid
that.
point.
Liver
100%.
pate. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
A Jamaican beef patty
Do the paper.
is a hand pie that came over from the Irish when they were sending the indentured slaves over. So if it wasn't for slavery,
chicken.
Come
butter
through history
chicken,
lessons?
you know what I'm saying?
From England.
From it, well, it was created for the English that
yes,
couldn't
yes,
handle the
spice.
original spice.
Yes.
Could you just add a bit more butter?
Yeah. A little bit more
Spicy.
cream. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh, I never thought of it.
But when you think about it, colonization and like whatever leftovers that come over from like, colonization or from just masters wanting their food done a certain way.
Yes.
Wow. It's true.
As sad as it sounds,
Yeah.
think about it.
It's the
like
reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
we Filipinos would make lechon. All right, we'd make the lechon for the army soldiers, the American soldiers, and then be like, "Oh, we don't want the head. You guys keep that." And we're like, "Oh, but we still need to sell the pig. Chop it up."
Yeah.
Make it small, fry it with garlic and onion and chilies and ginger and put some, put it on the iron
seafood.
skillets because the Americans love things that are sizzling on a plate.
Put an egg on it.
Put an egg on it to cover the little cartilage pieces of ear and snout, and then serve it to them and they'll still buy it.
I
They
actually
won't know it's
never
face.
knew that. I did not know that.
Man, that's all it is.
I
It's just-
love
that's amazing.
seafood.
we are the masters of leftovers. We are the masters of, baon is part of our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our
Yes.
like Filipinos
Team for life.
are baon masters. Like
Yes.
think of our culture. Our culture is baon.
Yeah.
Life is baon. Baon is life.
It's part of the party culture.
Right.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
going home with baon, bringing containers, if anything.
Even living, like after the flood, you're just like, okay, what's left over now?
Yeah.
How do we survive moving forward with what was left over from after the flood? You know what I mean? And that's not even to be funny. That's like real.
No, that's actually real. Yeah.
And the art of preservation.
The art of preservation. Give us some vinegar, we will pickle that bitch. we will preserve that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Everything. Yeah.
Actually, I've had that conversation with someone. We were saying that we think one of the reasons why we feel like Filipinos are so creative is because of how resourceful we have been forced to be.
Yes.
And that's where that creativity comes from.
100%. We are left with the shit end of the stick all the time. And this is not something that I'm like proud of. I'm proud that we are able to be resilient and handle it whenever we're left with nothing.
And be kind
Take
throughout
that shit
it.
And
and
still
turn
be
it into
kind.
And still be
manure, and
kind.
it turns into
Grateful.
grass, and then
Yeah.
the grass turns into food, and then that's amazing. That's
And
a
we
great-
smiling through it.
Yeah.
And we'll still crack a joke with you.
Yeah,
I mean, we have
And
to.
then pack you
yeah,
bought
right?
And then fuck you about, oh, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Like, every time I see people leaving food, like I was at Perfect the other week. And I was, shout outs to
don't.
Perfect, right? Haven't been there in years.
yeah.
So I'm eating, and my boys just were like, all right, we're going to leave with the rest. I'm like, guys, take this. They're like, nah, man. I'm like, you paid all this money to leave half of it here? Like, at least take it and give it to someone. Or take it home to throw it away at home. Like, no.
Honestly.
That is so
just
Filipino.
do something with it.
No.
And don't just leave. It's like you just threw money and left the money on the
so
table.
disrespectful.
Like, take it home with you. Fine. I know a lot of people are like, no, I don't need this. It's just going to turn into extra garbage at home. Rah, 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 rah.
We'll make that into fried rice real quick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'll find a way.
Trust me.
I will freak them leftovers.
Ain't no shame in my game.
I play Missy's Get Your Freak On every time I look in my fridge.
Good.
Big track, big track.
So I'm about to freak these leftovers.
Okay.
Shut your mouth.
Oh my god.
All right, Norm, we gotta take it back to the beginning. So,
All right.
Yes.
In the beginning.
enough.
In the beginning. In the beginning.
So, can you share a moment early in your career? Or what was that moment that you kind of decided, like, this is what I meant to do? Like, how did you get into comedy?
It's weird because when I was younger, all my cousins were into fighting. They're all Muay Thai fighters, karate. Like my mom's black belt karate. My uncles are all master
wow. Cool,
master
Tita.
arnis and whatnot, and,
Wow.
and like Filipino stick fighting and whatnot.
Nice.
My whole family, when they first moved to Canada, they opened up a dojo. That was the first family business in our family basement. The house is still in existence. Like my aunt still lives there. The basement's still there. But anyways, nobody was really into the arts in my family. Like, yeah, Filipinos would sing, they play the guitar here and there, whatnot.
Yeah.
But no one was actually cared to pursue the arts. All the men were like, worked with their hands, worked in the airport, worked with de Havilland, McDonnell Douglas. All that to say, when my family would make me sing, or like, oh, Norman, you could hold the note, sing this. Like,
you're that cousin.
I don't like, fine. And I was a kid that I'm like, fine, I don't want to, but okay, I'll just do it so I can get it over with. All right.
You have no choice.
Peace, right? Well, all the cousins would be like, nah, man, nah, I'm not doing nothing. But I had a single mother, so I had to be compliant at certain points because I'm just like, man, I don't want to give my mom a hard time. She's doing so much to raise me. So I'm just like, okay, what do you need me to say? And I'm a child of the King. If I have you, then I have everything. Just a little kid singing these church songs in church all the time, right?
Little Norm.
And then
Little Norm.
Little Norm. And for my grandmother and grandfather's 50th golden anniversary, my family loved Sister Act 1. They loved the shit out of that movie. Oh, well, yeah. Well, 2 is for the younger kids.
The 2 is for us.
For the
1 is
adults,
for
right?
You're right.
Titas and
So,
titas.
so mind you, I'm singing. So they're like, Norman, you have to sing with us, okay? I'm like, there's no boys in the choir. Like, don't worry, you'll sing her part. And it's like the youngest nun.
With the red hair?
The girl that's going off.
The one that was like super timid at first?
Yeah, she's all timid. I love him. I love you. Yes, I love you. I'm gonna follow. So now, because that was the first time I really got a real laugh out of people. Because I was like, oh, yes, I love him. Oh, yes, I love him. And all that.
But you were seriously singing.
I was singing seriously, but joking. But the more I was joking, the more I was actually hitting the notes and doing things because I wasn't being serious. But I was like being, I had the soul of like Aretha Franklin in me, and just be like, right. And after I started feeling those laughs and feeling like the gratification and that dopamine hit of people laughing, because listen, the two types of people that make telling jokes worthwhile for me, like the most gratifying reactions from anybody I tell jokes to are from black people or from Filipino titas.
Oh, yeah.
Because the scream that comes with a tita laugh, like, it's not even
And slapping.
It's just a scream into the laugh. And that scream is equivalent to like a black guy getting up and walking out the room and then coming back in and be like, yo! Like, you just have to laugh. You don't have to walk around and like,
Do the most.
but
I do like to walk though.
But Filipino titas and black people are my favorite people to make
Shout
laugh.
out Camille.
All right? So that's you and one. That's 2 on 1. I see you, her. I see you. But I will say that was my first moment of like, ooh, I like performing in front of people because this is the reaction. I like that. And then I started watching. My sister was obsessed with Mickey Mouse Club, and I would watch like a young Justin Timberlake, a young J.C. Chavez, or like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yo, Ryan Gosling.
That
Right.
footage though.
Christina Aguilera, the girl that played Felicity. Britney
about her.
Spears, Carrie Russell, right? So there was it's like all these young kids that are singing on Mickey Mouse Club, and I'd be sitting there like, I could do that.
Totally.
I could sing, and then they would be singing covers like Ryan. You seen Ryan Gosling singing Bring Jodeci? Forever, my lady. I'm like, okay. So from young, I was like, oh, I could do what these guys do. But then I was like, but there's not one Asian. and then
Story of our lives.
there's
Story of
no
our
Asians,
lives
man. The
until
closest
now.
was Ricky, the Latino dude, but he was like ambiguous. You were like, is he Mexican? Is he Latino? Is he like
He
is he
encapsulated.
Italian?
Yeah.
He might be like, you could even be Middle Eastern, but like he was just so racially ambiguous. So okay, all that to say, after watching that and after that moment with the Sister Act shit, I was like, you know what? I do like performing. They would always have me singing in church, and then one day I joined an R&B group as a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
So
Tell me you're
there's
from
a group-
Scarborough.
yeah, tell me you're from Scarborough.
Without telling me you're from Scarborough.
So there was a group. There was a point in the mid to late '90s where everybody
I know
wanted
this
to
era.
want to be, part of an R&B group, be an
Yes.
R&B singer.
You're bringing people back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like if you performed at like Super Skills or like one of those old like with talent shows, whether it be
Yeah.
at school,
Yeah.
wherever it may be.
Yeah.
I was up in that bitch. I was like, let me get there. Let me get on my Filipino Cisco. You know what I'm saying?
You were.
Give us a little Filipino Cisco.
guys,
You got to. No.
Do it.
Hey!
Don't let me get to that.
I was really like, you're not going to do it.
I was like, he's got to do it. He's got to do it.
No, I really wanted to be the Filipino Cisco.
You were, though.
But then I dyed my hair blonde. I did all that shit. I was rocking.
If we could pull the clip, we're going to put it up in the story tomorrow.
Yeah, if you see
The gel spikes.
yeah, I had the gel spikes because that was what Filipinos used to do back in the day. We would spike it up, gel it up
Frosted tips.
with the tips and all that.
Throwback.
It was very typical Filipino, very tip.
Yes,
You know, it was tip with the tips,
Throwback.
right? But the
Naintindihan
biggest throwback. Oh,
Sorry, I had to throw it in there because we've
Right.
kind of been slipping on the past episode. All right. Sorry.
good.
Sorry.
Well,
to interrupt.
rocking Le Chateau dragon shirts.
Oh,
and,
Le
you know what
Chateau.
I'm saying? Like,
Oh, no.
yeah, red
I
hush
wish
puppies.
we could make it the backdrop.
The way I've been thrown
Come
back.
on, man.
Hilarious.
Don't worry, you guys will see.
Yeah.
Everyone, you guys will see. You guys will see.
Now, when I joined this group, I only sang in church previous to that. So like singing outside of church was like foreign to me. But like I loved hip hop, I loved R&B. So when I joined the group, I'm like, yo, can I just be the rapper? And everyone was like 18 and up in this group, and I was like this young 14-year-old that's like, yo, man, I like what you guys do. Can I join? And I guess one of the group members was leaving, so the leader of the group was like, yeah, I'll put you on.
Oh.
I'll put you on.
Okay.
So boom, we're hanging out. I'm a choir boy, right?
Yeah.
So now we're in rehearsal, chilling, and they're harmonizing. I'm just like, no. The harmonizing choir boy in me's like, no, you're supposed to be here. Come on over here.
You need to be here.
Now, do we want a diminishing chord? Because you can hit the. And I was like, oh, you sing? I'm like, don't worry about that. I'm a rapper, but let me just help you guys. And they're like, nah, man, sing. I'm like, nah, man, only in church. Right? So now we're in Scarborough Town Center. This is grade 9 for me, right? And I remember I had a previous situation where I went to Scarborough Town Center, first day of high school, saw a shorty. I was like, ooh, let me holler at shorty real quick. My homegirl was like, let me go talk to her, sit up for him. Like, thank you, because I'm so nervous. She walks up to her, and then homegirl goes, yeah, send him over. And I come over, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, I have a boyfriend. And looks at me, goes, I have a boyfriend, and turns around, I'm like,
What? Dry.
yeah, you looked at me and said, nah, I don't like you. And I was like, oh, fuck. So that scarred me. So years later, now a year later, sorry, we're in town center again, and I see this girl. I'm like, ooh, she cute. My boy. These guys are all older than me, mind you, remember. So the peer pressure was real. I was like, ooh, that girl's cute. They're like, oh, you like her? Yo, let's go talk to her. I'm like, yeah, cool. Let me go to the bathroom real quick, freshen up. And I went to the bathroom, I was like, oh my God, it's happening again. We're at Scarborough Town Center. She's gonna reject me. Oh my God. I'm not ready for another rejection, not in front of these new guys that I'm like trying to impress. Like, So I come out, I'm just like, all right. My heart's fluttering, I'm going crazy inside, and I see my boy talking to her. I'm like, yes, he's breaking the ice for me. Sick. So I walk up, and once I walk up to both of them, he's like, here he is, the friend I was telling you I was going to sing for you. And I just look at him like, mother. motherfucker. I told you I only sing at church.
They weren't trying to help you. They were just trying to make you sing.
They're trying to hear that voice.
So she just stops. She just starts looking at me. I'm like,
Oh my God.
this is where I used to wear stocking caps, all right? I swear I wanted to pull the stocking cap over my face and start singing. I'm like, all right, Norm, this is it. Moment of truth.
Oh my God.
I close my eyes.
He's going to do it
And
now.
I'm like, all right. Constantly thinking about things to do. Places where we should make love. I wanna freak, baby. And I open my eyes, and she's like,
Redemption.
she's like, oh my God, can you please sing on my pager greeting? Yeah! And I look to my boy, and I'm just like, singing lead. I'm singing lead.
What song did you sing though? What song did you sing on her?
Oh man, it was most likely a Drew Hill song,
100%.
right? And it would always start off with, press star to skip this greeting.
yes.
I got this feeling, and I just get dirty. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Norm. Wait,
Yeah.
Norm, I have a question. What was that group called that you joined? What were they called?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Kamikaze! Kamikaze! We're called Kamikaze.
You know Kamikaze. You from Scarborough.
You know.
And you attended those talent shows. You knew Kamikaze.
Oh man, everyone's like, yeah, because you blow up the spot. Nah, it's because we always bombing, man. Like, we bombed every performance. No, what we used to do though, we used to go to raves, and we would sing R&B over drum and bass.
Oh,
So it'd be like,
I'm dead.
I can't leave you alone. You got me feeling.
I would actually go to that rave.
Yeah, I would
So
go
we
to
would
that.
be in we'd like all go to the bathroom and refill our water bottles, just zone in and just, dosing off whatever, rushing and it's like, oh, this party's crazy, man. Party's crazy. And then my boy be like, 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, like, give me 100. And then people be taking a shit in the bathroom, people are high off their mind, just be like, what is this? Yeah. Just closing their eyes, vibing to drum.
Starting your own party in the washroom.
Yeah, some drum and blues, some rhythm
Oh my God, that is
R&D.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. But that was how it started. It all started
That's how you became
through. Yeah, it started through my family, and then through that group, and then Ron Jossel. We did Prison Dancer together.
Oh, I didn't know y'all did it together.
He did it for so that when it was a musical web series. Shout outs to Romeo Candido. They put it on. Ron played the warden, and I was a comedic host, or I was a funny host. I didn't really do stand up, but like I was doing this series called The Big Norm Show.
Yes.
And it was more so like a Johnny Carson late night style talk show. And then, yeah, when I didn't think I was stand up funny, but when Ron's like, "Oh, you should try it," because Romeo was like, "Yeah, come on, Ron, get him to do stand up." I'm like, I don't know if I'm stand up funny, man. I can make people laugh on the side, but not on stage. And he's like, "You want to try it?" I'm like, maybe. Calls Yuck Yucks, and he's like, "You're on tomorrow."
Wow.
And I'm like, "What? Huh?"
I would throw up.
I was just kidding.
Exactly.
Could we start smaller? Like,
Wow.
Now I'm also the guy that like, don't dare me.
Oh, you're that
Don't
guy.
you dare me, because I will double down on the dare. Right? You want me to do something? Tell me that I can't. Okay?
you can't pay us all $1 million.
You wait. I mean, it's not a real $1 million, but
I can give you dull hairs.
one time I was hosting this event, and I was like, whoever comes on stage and gives us the best dancing performance will give you 5 G's.
Oh.
Oh my God.
So they come up on stage and like everyone's like throwing it out, and the one guy that wins, he's jumping up and they're like, oh my God. And then they go, all right, here you go. G. There's your 5 G's, buddy. High five.
Heartbroken.
Imagine thinking you're about to get 5 G's and a motherfucker gives you 5 letters.
Our ratings are going down
Sorry,
right
I'm
now. Our
just
ratings are going
add
down.
on to that. I had a tito buy the fake lottery tickets and gave it to one of our like family members.
Oh, no.
And it was
No,
one of
you
those,
can't
like,
play with them.
we are all not in a position to be joked on with that type of joke. Like, and it was like a lottery ticket for like 10K. So
And they're, like,
obviously
crying?
he's jumping around
Oh my
and
God.
so excited. And then my tito was like, hey, it's just a joke. And then like, he was like, oh. And then it was just like, awkward. Like, completely awkward throughout the whole house. I quit.
Yeah.
With the Uncle Jeffrey.
Yes.
Because
That's hilarious.
just like when they say, "Oh, your life flashes before your eyes."
Lord. Yeah.
Literally, when you think you're about to get that, what you're going to do with it flashes before your eyes.
100%.
Listen,
Literally.
I was on Family Feud not once.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Twice. Actually, I'm not even allowed to mention the second time. Anyways,
Just kidding. Just
whatever.
once.
Google it.
Just once. It's gotta come out eventually. Whatever. It's an exclusive, baby. Only here on Tita Salita. So,
Tita Salita.
Tito Salito. Yo, so you'll be able to, if you win one round, if you win one episode, 10 G's. Second, another 10. Third, another 10.
Oh, so you can keep advancing.
So you could, but you went up to 3. Right?
Oh,
So we
okay.
could have led with 30 G's if we won all 3.
Yep.
Okay.
So, we coming out there like awesome, Scarborough, dog. We're going to,
go.
all your
Let's go.
y'all are going down. Right? Yo, the way we lost,
Oh no.
Come on.
we were winning the whole time, and then the last round they swept the board, all 4 answers.
Oh, shit.
And that was like 300 something points.
Do you remember the question?
It was
Do I?
instruments that you would have to call the police on your neighbor for playing too loud.
Oh,
Wow.
and they got him.
What would you think? What would
Drums.
you- Drums?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bing. Number 1. What's number
I guess
2?
like an electric guitar if you're
Oh,
playing in your
guitar.
garage, like a
Electric
band.
guitar.
Yeah.
Bing. All right. There's 4. Remember. What are the other 2?
Trumpet.
That wasn't on it.
Okay. I played it in grade 7.
I was going to say the recorder, but
No.
I think that was
Not
just
the
a personal
saxophone?
experience.
Not the saxophone. Oh, okay. Is it a
What other
woodwind? Is
instrument
it a
is it?
woodwind?
One was a tuba.
Okay. Trumpet's kind of close.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Now remember, this is Canada. Family Feud Canada.
Right,
So it's not the
right.
right answer. It's 100
Yes.
people were asked.
Right.
Yes, it's so random. You never know.
Right?
Yeah.
So what do you think the last one was?
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
And the last one didn't even cross my mind because I'm like, oh,
Wait, can you give us a hint?
I am too POC to know this answer. Okay, I am
Don't
too
say piano.
Filipino. That's a straight. You got to be white to have that ring a bell in your brain.
What
is it?
Give us a hint first.
I think it's piano.
No, it's not the
No.
piano.
Piano, okay. Because it
Think
sounds
white.
stupid. It sounds stupid.
Think white people.
Triangle.
White
people?
Xylophone.
A triangle?
Violin.
A triangle.
I don't
Triangle.
know. I thought we were just spitballing here.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
Remember, what's something specifically white,
it?
an instrument that is so
Xylophone?
white?
Yeah,
I don't know.
xylophone. I don't know.
You ready?
Okay.
Back, motherfucking pipe.
Oh
A goddamn bagpipe.
Wow.
Who would have that?
Damn it.
The white people family that we was facing.
My
They knew.
goodness.
I would never
Wow.
even think of that.
No.
Is it true? Like, I always feel like when I watch like Family Feud, though,
like
like you know, at the
karaoke?
end, or it's like if they get really close, but then they lose, and then but they still have to be like on the screen. I'm like, is it awkward at all?
Bro, my heart was broken, bro.
I'd be upset.
But did you have to fake it?
No, I was like, fuck, man.
I have to watch the show.
I don't know why, yo.
All right, you guys won. Wasted all my time. Like had my family out here, like
Oh man.
all these pre-screenings and this, that, and the third. People had to like call off work and all this and that. But what was crazy is we were so entertaining.
I can imagine.
We
I
were
can
so
only
entertaining. We were
imagine.
actually one of the highest rated
Shut up.
episodes of that season.
Shout out the fam. You see
Because
that?
because also my cousins are fucking hilarious. I got a cousin Jeff, the Pinoy cowboy. He really dresses up with like he's from Texas. He got the cowboy hat all the time.
Wow.
I'm like, bro, you're from Whitby, man. Why are you dressing like that?
Stop
Right?
it.
But he's so entrenched. He's so real. Like he lives it. That's his thing. He loves country music. Sometimes he'll put on the accent just to be performative and stupid. Like, hey, what up, man? Hey, Jerry D. What's up? And I'm the Filipino cowboy. But he's messing around, right? See, he's messing around. But he was so favored that somebody, I guess he was working at a club one day, and some guy walks in, and he's this Filipino cowboy. Like, who the hell are you trying to be? He's like, oh, you ever see that Family Feud episode? And there's a Filipino cowboy. I'm dressed up as him. And my cousin's like, that's me. I'm just working security right now, right?
Wow.
But that's how much he was like favored.
Look at that effect.
Right?
And they loved him so much that they're like, hey, Norm, we were thinking of doing these Redeem episodes. But
Wow.
Oh, is that the one?
That's all he can say.
But
so anyways.
to be continued.
Okay, you're
All that
talking-
being said.
you're talking about your family. I'm so curious. You talked about your mom's influence in the church and all that fun stuff. How has being in the church, would you say, influenced your creative career? I know you were saying you used to only sing in church, but that's kind of like a big deal. Yeah, like, and you were Seventh-day Adventist. You weren't even like traditional Filipino Catholic. Like you were Seventh-day Adventist.
Super serious.
No, just joking. No, I'm joking. No. Shout out to the SDAs. My mother is a Sevi. That's what we call them. That's what we call ourselves.
Oh, for real?
Sevies.
Cute.
And you know, it works for her. I don't knock it. For the people that it serves, continue to let it serve you. Power to you.
Yeah.
Power to the church. I was supposed to be a pastor. I had a scholarship for theology.
See, word.
They're like, oh, Norman, you're so captivating on stage. You know, you make people laugh.
I was
You
gonna-
sing.
I
You'd be
could
so
totally
good.
see
I
You
could
will
see
lead
as a
the people
pastor,
to the
yeah.
promised land.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah,
I could see it, man.
Yeah, I could easily be a
If
pastor.
you wanted it. If
It's
you
still
wanted
in the
it.
cards.
Yeah, if you wanted it.
You are for the people.
Here's the thing. When they asked me when they told me, like, we're offering you a scholarship to go to any Seventh-day Adventist university in the world to take theology, they're like, all right, but you just have to graduate from the Seventh-day Adventist high school to be eligible. So I went to this school out in Oshawa called Kingsway College, and I left out of my last semester of high school. So I was, I could have graduated with all my homies, and I was like, nah, man, I'm doing this for you moms. Let's do it. I had one foot in the church, one foot in the streets, growing up in the hood in Scarborough, in community housing. So like, I'd be doing dirt throughout the week, and then on the weekends, Friday to Sunday, I'm in church, like almost like compensating for all the dirt that I was doing during the week, right? So I'm like, all right. And then when I was like, all right, I got to leave this side and just go gung ho. Let me go to this church, this at boarding school, and I get there assuming this is where all the good kids are, so they're gonna lead me towards the straight and narrow path.
Yeah.
I get there, I find out this is where they send all the bad breeds to straighten up. Like parents sent all their kids from all over the world. You got kids from Colombia, from Dominican, from Japan,
like
Korea.
bad
breed, rich
Like
families sending their
Say
kids to like fix
word.
Oh
up.
my gosh.
Right? And then there was obviously the good kids and whatever,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of like Adventist families that, they don't want you to be in the secular world, so they'll send you into settings where you're just surrounded by what they want you to be surrounded by. But then being the one dude that was from Scarborough, I had mad family in Whitby, every weekend I was able to leave and just go do my thing on the weekends and come back, during the week, because I was live in dorm. They would always ask me like, yo, Norm, we hear you're going back to Scarborough. We hear lots of things. Can you bring us some stuff back? I'm like, no, I left that world behind. I'm here to be a preacher. I'm here to be a pastor. I'm not doing none of that stuff. And then my parents started to fight over like who had to pay for tuition. And then I was like, I guess I'm going to have to start taking matters into my own hands. So I'm like, all right, what do y'all need? And I started selling drugs so I could be a pastor.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I could pay tuition to become a pastor. And I could have got away with it.
Make it a story.
But I
Make it a movie.
confessed.
I'll read that book.
Yeah, I'll watch that
You
movie.
confess.
Yeah.
That's a movie.
Amazing.
Wow.
Man, I confessed and they're like, oh, okay, now you got to go.
They held it against you?
Yeah.
Oh,
huh?
man.
They held it against you for real?
Well, yeah, they're like, we can't knowingly like allow you to stay knowing what you've done.
Oh gosh.
Right? We still have to be punished. You did the right thing, but even though you did the right thing, we also have to do the right thing. And that's, we can't have you here and okay the fact that you sold all these drugs to this, that, and the third. So like, yeah, we won't expel you, but you could gracefully bow out and just leave.
Wow.
And we won't charge you for the 2.5 months you've been here.
Thank you.
Thank God. 10,000 for us, a master.
Damn, that's crazy.
Would you say that that's one of those like pivotal moments where you were able to really kind of go back to performing and doing what you want to do outside of church?
Oh, like it redirected.
Yeah.
Well, you know, once again, I was a rapper, a singer, and like after I joined that group, I was like, all right, you a performer. But I was like, I'm never gonna make it as a singer or as a rapper. So I gave up on all of the singing stuff and performing. But then I started doing like video work back when like DVD magazines were a thing. Like, remember like Schmack DVD and Juice DVD. Son. So I was one of those hosts.
Danzig.
Like, yeah, what's up, son? Yo, we're here with Richie Sosa. And you know what I'm saying? Yo,
Big Apple TV.
You know, all that kind of stuff. I was that guy, right?
Yeah.
And then once again, it just eventually led to comedy because I still wanted to be in front of people and make people laugh or like perform in some degree. And then when I started doing comedy, I realized, oh, you could still sing jokingly and without the fear of being so serious. Because my thing was like, I love singing seriously, but like I could only sing seriously in church because I'm like, it's for you, God, and no one could judge me when I'm singing to God. And if you do judge me, I don't care. God's gonna deal with you. But then when it's singing for the sake of just like performing for people, I don't know how to be serious. Like if it's for God, God's always got to be serious. Singing for people, like it's so vulnerable that like I'll cry when I sing. And like unless it's like really emotional, like I don't want to go there. So like the other side of emotions is happiness. So I'm like, let me take you to this side. Because I'm very extreme in that sense. I'm both, it's funny, the irony of my name being Norm, which is like middle, center, right? But I'm two ends of the extreme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, that was a beautiful share.
oh, thank
That
you,
was
thank you.
amazing.
My goodness.
Wow.
Seriously.
Talk about non-linear, right? Anyone who's watching this and is inspired by Norm's journey, who's been a fan of Norm from day one, like you're talking about your journey here, and it's not linear. And I think that's a really important takeaway,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like, talking about growing up in the hood, you're talking about church, like in a way that we're not even involved in, like you know, what I mean? Like some of us will never know. Like
That's
that
next
is those
level.
are dichotomies, really.
Layers.
Like
Yeah,
you know,
for
that's
sure.
amazing.
A
My
big
goodness.
part of my life, man. And like it to the point where even to this day there's remnants of that Christian guilt that drives me. I hate it because I don't want to be driven by guilt or driven by some exterior force that I have no control over because I don't know if it's real or not. Like, you know? So now that I've become aware of how much guilt used to drive me as a young Christian boy that just wanted to do right by God and by my family, it's come to the point where like, hey man, it's all about happiness at this point. Like you can talk about God or you can talk about this, like, yo man, what makes you happy? Right? Not what makes you feel good, because what makes you happy, what makes you feel good are two different
I
things.
was gonna say, no,
Talk
the
about it.
difference.
Talk
Yeah,
about it.
for sure.
You ever heard of post-nut clarity?
Don't
my
talk about
God.
it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about
Felt
it.
good, but
Don't
now
talk
you're like, it feels so disgusting. Look at me.
Oh my God.
I mean, y'all probably do it too. You was like, oh, get off me. Oh my God, why did I?
It's like, God, why did I do this?
Why? Again? Why did I answer to this you up text?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, Scarborough, what's up?
So
We
with
only have
comedy-
83 more questions for you. So
Please, ask. Do it.
With comedy and cooking, which like, you know, being on stage and performing, like that does take a lot, right, to do. So how do you recharge after a big night or like really busy times, and how do you kind of balance that?
I cry.
But actually,
Oh my God.
people talk about, ooh, sad clown syndrome. Are you guys are you guys always happy and sad, or are you guys happy? Are you sad? Like, what is it about you funny people? Because we're forced to look at life in all the angles so that we can find where the funny lies. We get dirty.
Yeah.
Like, we're in the garbage, sifting through all the shit, sifting through the good stuff, the bad stuff, whatever, until we find funny.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So, in that search, there's moments of misery where we're just like, "Ugh, why did I choose this life?" But then after, you're just like, also, what else should I be doing?
Seriously.
I've chose this, and some people ask like, "Yo, is this something you see yourself doing? Like, why did you choose this?" I'm like, I don't know why I chose this. It
chose me.
it's where I landed.
It chose
This
me.
is where I landed.
That's just how it be sometimes.
I was like, "Oh, you from Toronto? Why did you choose?" My mom came here and pushed me out here. Like, I didn't choose this place. I didn't choose half the things. They just fell into place.
Do you have like a big picture, like what all of this is for? You have a lot of avenues that you're driving in right now, which is amazing, and thank you.
Yes.
Shout out Big Nor.
for always representing where you're from and never being always being yourself. But do you have like a big picture that you're kind of driving towards?
I'm a big scatterbrain. Okay, I'm a scatterbrain creative from Scarborough with a mild undiagnosed case of ADHD and OCD and all the letters.
All the things.
Like,
Yeah.
I get it. I
you
get
know
it.
what
I
I'm
get
saying?
it.
And couple that with being a sensitive Canadian cancer 7-day Adventist, born in the week of empath and Filipino, like, that's 4 levels of sorry. You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
like,
Oh man.
it's honestly
So cool.
what was the question?
Do you have a
bigger picture?
That's what I was going to say. So, like, because my brain is everywhere,
Yes.
literally clearly
I have so many things that I want to do.
Right.
Right? I have so many things that I want to do, but it's just like I get pulled in so many directions because of I'm just so goddamn talented, and I don't know what talent to pursue.
It's a gift.
That's real.
I'm gonna do it again.
It truly is.
That's real though.
But no, bigger
Facts.
picture used to be like when I think of like what I want, I was like, ooh, I could picture myself on SNL. I could picture myself getting booed off of the Apollo stage, and then coming back a year later and then getting a standing ovation. I've had all these like big picture dreams, like, ooh, I can't wait to do that.
Yeah.
But at this point in my life, I'm like, hey man, just give me a I just hope that comedy can help me pay my bills and help me live a very comfortable life where I'm
I
not.
hear that.
I don't need a shitload. I don't need
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
I just want to be satisfied and happy.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like when I think about the grandiose outcome, like, ooh, what if I had this? What if I had that? And I see and I know so many people that have done amazing things that are like 1 degree of separation, from the Boy Wonders, the Drakes, all the guys in our city that are killing it, the Jesse Reyes, the Daniel Caesars, who also went to the same school I got kicked out of. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, ADHD.
The irony, well, to finish your thought, the irony is, I feel like a lot of people look at you like you are one of those people.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we,
100%.
a lot of people like give you your flowers. Like a lot of people look at you like he's doing what he loves, and it shows.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1000%. Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it shows. It 100% shows that you love what you do.
Yeah. And if that's the
Thank
goal,
you.
I think that's a big thing for people to understand and see and know, because I think a lot of people kind of get into it and they kind of look at those grandiose things that you're describing.
Yeah.
But the reality is like, are you happy though?
Yeah.
Like you said, right? So you doing what you're doing and loving what you're doing and being happy while you're doing it and repping who you are and
Yep.
just
Yeah,
that
so
speaks
authentic.
volumes
Yeah.
to
Thank
all the
you.
people that are, especially in Toronto, right?
Yeah,
Like,
let's do a little clap right here. Let's
Man, these sambuquitas smell great, man. Some good ass flowers.
Oh man. So actually, I want to ask one more question before we get into Filipino Plash.
Okay.
So just because of our viewers and kind of like who we speak to, I guess for you, in your big picture, how do you put Filipino culture in your work, or like the importance of passing down traditions, or no right answer. Like, I guess, like, how does that kind of naturally play into your world? Or if you even think about it, right? Because that's a
Impacting
reality.
the next generation.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a thing or.
Here's the thing. I got a nephew that I helped raise like my own son.
Yeah.
His pops ain't around. And I love my sister to death. She took care of me for so long that I'm like, hey, man, he'll never, ever go through what we went through without having our father around. So I'm going to make sure he has a present father figure or male figure.
Love.
And he's half Saint Vincentian. So half Vinci, half Filipino. So his father's not around, but I still want him to know about his Caribbean Vincentian roots. And my sister and I are Scarborough Filipinos that don't speak Tagalog. So I'm like, Mom, please just fix the mistake you made with us and not teaching us Tagalog and teach him.
Yeah.
Like, come on, please.
I feel that.
Right?
Feel that.
And he already speaks French. He's in French immersion, so he's already got the language bug. Like, start teaching him Tagalog. But my whole thing is, for the North American Filipino that always felt like, am I Filipino enough?
Talk about it.
I've always been the Filipino that wanted to be around fobs, and I use that term very lightly because I'm like, listen, I know how hard it is when you guys come to the country. And I remember this one guy, shout out to Gilbert. It was in grade 7, Filipino fob, came to the school, and I noticed like it was just so hard for him to assimilate and to like just find friends, and I could see that, and I was like, man, the empath in me just felt so bad. So I'm like, this is my Filipino brother. Let me make sure he feels welcome in this country, even though I don't know how to relate to him other than the fact that our parents come from the same island. And from that moment on, I was like, I need to stay connected to Filipinos. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my own Filipino-ness. So I need to be around the actual Filipinos to reclaim my own Filipino-ness.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
And since then, it's just always been like, all right, I know I'm not the average classic Filipino, but North American Filipino, we're one of the largest widespread diasporas in the world. So for us to be like, oh, Filipino experience only belongs in the Philippines, like, nah, man, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
There's Filipinos in Alaska and St. John's, Newfoundland. Imagine a Filipino Newfie accent.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm like,
That
oh, no, don't
exists.
about it. No, don't about it. Okay.
Yes.
I do not believe it. It's like, it's a weird mashup.
Yeah.
But all that to say, man, like, I always want to make sure that even though I'm not Filipino in the eyes of certain Filipinos in the Philippines, like, I don't care. I'm going to still claim it. You can call me out and say,
Facts.
you're not all you want Filipinos from the Philippines. I did Manila Fringe in 2019 and bombed terribly in front of Filipinos. Like, who the hell is this guy trying to talk all with his English and whatever? And all that to say, like, I will continue to show my love and appreciation for my Filipino-ness. I will be unapologetic about it. And if I don't do it right, Filipinos, teach me.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes, and
Teach me.
that is why you're Tito
Teach me.
Salito.
me.
It's me now.
I'm trying to learn. Sige, come on.
No, that was magical. That was magical,
That was
and I
amazing.
feel like that's super relatable because we have that we've had this conversation multiple times.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. That was great.
Yeah.
That
man.
that is something that we all feel consistently and often, and
Listen,
good
man.
to hear it from a Tito.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
if you could teach the non-Filipino husbands that you're marrying how to be more Filipino,
Guilty. Yeah. 1,000%. Yeah. Guilty. Yeah. It's true.
teach me, okay? Teach me, please. One day I want to be an Itbulaga, okay?
Yes.
And unless I know how to speak Tagalog or at least understand,
Yes. At
I
least
will
you can
not
understand.
be welcome.
Your accent's A1 though.
I'll tell you what. I have a very, very good accent and impersonation. So every time I talk like that, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Filipino ka ba?"
You're right.
So
if I can't speak
good.
the language,
Just gotta drop a little swag on the accent.
Yo, when I do stand up in the Philippines, I have to put on the accent or they don't understand me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do.
Wait,
No.
actually, go ahead.
Okay, Filipino flash. Filipino.
How
Sorry,
did the
flash.
time just fly?
I
like
know.
It's crazy.
That's what happens when you're having fun,
So much fun.
and it's more fun in the Philippines.
I knew it. I felt it coming. I felt you set it up. All right. We're going to jump right into it. Ready?
All right.
3, 2, 1. Where were you born?
Scarborough.
Can you speak Tagalog?
Hindi, konti lang.
Halo-halo or sago? Sago.
Sago.
Ooh. Sinigang or nilaga?
Sinigang.
Nice. Bagoong or na?
Non-shrimp bagoong.
Non-shrimp.
What's that?
That's the only one I could eat growing up because we couldn't eat
You didn't
shrimp.
realize there was a non-shrimp one.
It's fish. It's
Yeah,
anchovies.
Got you.
Wow.
Balut or na?
Balut.
Balut.
Oh.
No, not, I mean, listen. Yes, but no.
Pansit bihon or pansit palabok? Bihon.
I'm palabok now. Before I was bihon.
Adobo or caldereta?
Adobes.
Russian cream or honey bourbon?
Russian cream, dog.
If you know, you know. Empanadas or patties?
Yo, hempe patties, baby. Jamaican beef patties. Yo, you know in the Philippines they got a Jamaican patty spot called the original Jamaican patty.
Hot take.
It's there's multiple locations in the mega malls in the Philippines.
What?
So I'm 100% a Filipino married a Jamaican,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was like,
Wow.
oh, honey, this is a good business in the Philippines. This is just like empanadas, but it's not more flaky,
I can't. I want to hit you.
right? But when I went to the Philippines, I was walking by and I looked at it right. I'm like,
You didn't try
what?
it?
Of course I tried it.
And was it legit?
Listen, it lacks. It's almost like they're using Thai chilies instead of Scotch bonnet because it lacks that pungence of the
gotcha.
Jamaican Scotch bonnet.
Yeah.
Close,
Alright. Close, but no cigar.
All right, go to karaoke song.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, it would have
Sing it,
to
sing
be.
it,
Oh,
sing it.
Liz, I love you. Say it, girl.
if a picture paints 1,000 words, then why can't I paint you? 'Cause words would never show
That was
the
perfect with
you
your
I've come to know.
Wow.
Yo, shout outs to Bread. Shout outs to Bread. No, if you don't know that Tito song by Bread, it's called If. Download, yo, you play that at a Tito at a party to your Titos. Yo, they're giving you a case of beer and a whole and I don't know,
Shot of
gift
whiskey.
certificate to Bolorama or something, you know. But
Drea,
yeah,
are we still good, Drea? We have a few more left.
come on, Drea.
Drea?
Come on, we can do it.
Two more minutes.
Okay.
more minutes.
Asim or tamis?
Asin.
Manopo or na?
She said 2 minutes.
Who do I look like? Respect.
What's your Jollibee order?
Fried chicken, no spice. Because it hurts. It hurts, not here, but here and there. Right? Just give me the classic chicken, rice, little gravy on the side, and the pineapple drink.
Set up. Who was the first Filipino you saw growing up?
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Ernie Reyes Jr.
Yeah, Ernie Reyes Jr. is an old school like karate kid before he had a bowl cut. He was in Three Ninjas, or Surf Ninjas.
Rocky But not that one. But yes,
yes.
Surf Ninjas.
Yeah,
Yes.
Surf Ninjas.
Favorite thing about the Philippines?
Favorite thing about the Philippines, I would have to say the fact that they will sing karaoke. A Filipino dude singing karaoke in a Best Buy is better than 90% of the singers in Canada.
Wow.
Okay, are we done now?
No, more.
No, we're good?
One more.
Hold on.
You still
I'm
have
seeing
to
stuff is happening.
Yeah. Almost there.
We're good?
Just keep going.
Okay.
She's on the phone.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Beach or mountains?
Oh,
Sorry.
beats or mountains?
Beats or mountains?
I don't know, man. I feel like I was an Igorot back in the past life, so I'm a mountain man.
Mountain man. All right.
Mountain man.
Favorite Filipino celebrity?
Favorite Filipino celebrity, Bruno Mars.
Hey.
Shout out to Bruno. Shout out to
Yep.
Bruno.
Favorite Filipino snack?
Ooh, favorite Filipino snack. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. I gotta say, either boy bawang.
Yeah.
Like a boy
Yes,
bawang
boy
adobo
bawang.
flavor.
Good one.
But then I do the mix. I do the adobo barbecue.
Hello combo.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. Combination.
That or don't get me started with some polvoron, man. I love me a polvoron.
Classic.
But yo, you
Classic.
want to know something crazy?
What?
Always.
When you're making cheesecake, substitute your graham
do it.
crackers.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No. You just
Add a little bit more butter into that polvoron.
No.
Unlocked. You have unlocked.
That's your new cheesecake.
Wow.
Too easy. Too easy.
Polvoron base, baby.
Oh my God.
Right?
Favorite thing about the Philippines?
No, we did that.
Did we do that?
Yeah.
I did that.
Favorite
Just kidding. Worst Tito trait.
Worst,
Okay.
I don't know. Worst
Last
Tito
one.
traits. This made a bad take, but like old Titos, y'all were borderline molesters, man.
Oh.
Like the way you were tickling us, like, how big is your dingaling, huh? Let me see that. Yo, my uncle one time pulled down my pants and started flicking my thing. Like, hey, Norman, huh? Is it growing yet? Is it growing, huh? And I'm like, oh, what are you? They're holding my head like, stop that! And then he's
That needs a whole episode because
I'm
that's a
laughing,
whole
but
nother
that is a
conversation.
whole
That's a
thing. Yeah.
whole nother
Oh my God.
We gotta wrap it
conversation.
up.
right.
Hot take, but it's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right, let's flip it. Best Tito trait.
Yeah, let's end
Best
on that
Tito
note.
trait, humor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tito
Yes.
humor. You know what I
Tito
mean?
humor.
That is
top
that is
tier.
our dad joke, you know.
Yep, 100%.
I got the, you know, like, oh, Norman, why does the chicken go to church? To talk to God.
I'm done.
I can hear Dre laughing in the back.
I'm done.
Okay, to end it off, what is your favorite Filipino slang word or expression?
Oh gosh.
The funniest part is was just relating back to the previous question. I have an uncle that's like, he says the stupidest shit. He'll be like, oh, he's gay because he kisses with his eyes open, huh? I'm like, what does that have to do with being gay, uncle? Like, stupid
Like, I
shit.
asked you something else.
Okay, no, the funniest thing that my uncle has said,
I know those.
we
ones.
have so there's a friend, a family friend that's super gay, and the mother is very in denial. And my uncle said the funniest thing ever. He's like, yeah, he's not gay, he's just charming. Oh my God. He's not a gay, he's just charming, huh?
Not all
Charming.
gay. Not all gay.
He's just charming.
Oh my God.
So charming.
But I don't know that many Filipino words, so I wouldn't know any like.
That's a lie.
Well, no, I don't know any phrases. You know, like okay, favorite Filipino saying, tarantado ka. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you watch us
a good
weekly, you can learn with us.
Oh, true. I will say, okay, a horse is a horse, of course. That's the one.
Now I'm
That is
gonna
the
say
one.
that every time I say it, I'm gonna think of you.
Oh, yeah, a horse is a horse, of course.
And with that said, thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for joining
much.
us. Tito Norm, everybody.
That's so
Big
fun.
Norm in the building.
Hey.
Make sure to use your word, and we will catch you next week.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, y'all.
Ingat. Okay, sige. Sige ka, Rodan.